Zolak and Bertrand.
I want to happen to him what happened to you. Happen.
It was an intoxicating environment, and I got intoxicated.
Why does this keep happening?
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
It's the fourth and final hour of Zolak and Bertrand on this Friday with a very special guest from the NFL League office, one of the two chief people in charge of putting together the NFL schedule. Mike North is one of those people, and this person, Max St. John, who joins us now on Zolak and Bertrand, is the other. Max, how are you? Good afternoon. Thanks for
doing well. Thanks for having me.
How's Mike doing?
Mike's good. Mike's similarly doing his radio tour. He refers himself to kind of Groundhog Day. Schedule comes out, everyone kind of trots him around, and he kind of goes back into his hole after that till the next schedule release.
As I am getting on my knees and praying to you, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for not putting us anywhere on Thanksgiving or Christmas. Those things are devastating to families, to teams. No player, no coach.
Devastating.
Nobody whatsoever.
No, it's devastating to Scott Zolak.
I played for the Dolphins. We played it, and we had a new baby, and we had to go to Dallas to play on Thanksgiving. And it killed the family. Like, just kills families.
I can't promise you guys won't be in that window in future years. But
I know that's what he's hoping for right now. That's why he's put on this sob story, trying to make sure you remember it for next year.
My son has his last high school football game Thanksgiving morning. I would have missed that if we were on it, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks.
Max, how long does this take to build out this schedule for all of the teams in the league?
Truthfully, we start looking at the rotations years in advance, but the first schedule that we'll make will probably be, I think we made it right as game 272 ended this past season. So January 5th, once the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Ravens, we knew all 272. So we go into the software, we put all the games in, we keep our sort of evergreen rules around short weeks and travel, and consecutive road and home games. And from there we start. And from January 6th all the way to schedule coming out, whatever the date was 2 days ago, or yesterday, I should say, on May 14th. So it's really a 4.5 month process.
That's wild to me because I know that all of these buildings that teams play in, they may have another team, like a shared building in LA, which is a factor. But in addition to that,
Meadowlands,
there are events. I mean, we're talking about a Patriots schedule that has them on the road 3 of the first 4. They have events in their building. Yeah. How far in advance do you have to be told of all this stuff that's going on?
We'll send out our team forms in mid-February. Like you said, the Patriots are blocked in weeks 1, 3, and 4. So that's why you kind of see that window of just the one home game in week 2. So that's something we navigate with a lot of teams. So mid-February, we send out the form. That's the chance for the teams to say, hey, our stadium's not available on these dates. It's also a chance for the teams to come and tell us, hey, here's something we haven't liked in our previous schedule. Not to say we'll always solve for those things, but it's important for us to know. I think a great example was last year. Green Bay reached out to us and said, you've scheduled us on the road for 7 consecutive years in week 1. Why do you keep doing that? So things like that maybe we don't notice going back years. It's an opportunity for the teams to come to us and say, hey, we think this is something we deserve this year. Again, not that we always can take everything into account. Teams hate playing in Florida in September. Teams hate playing up north in December. So when everyone requests that, not everyone can get that. But
it felt like either when I played or when I covered a team now or did the games now for the last 14 years, it always felt like we got Miami right the first 2 weeks of the year down in Miami. And now we don't, which is. But
can say that's not intentional. You definitely escaped it this year. So I think last year you guys were week 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was week 2, and that was the first win for Vrabel. Do you take into consideration divisional games that first month, that we got to at least get one in that first month of football?
I wouldn't say the first month. Something weird that happened a couple of years ago is I don't think the Bears played a division game until week 9 or so. And that was something we said, that's a little bit strange. So we really want to make sure there's at least a division game early in the season. But we like those games later in the season. That's when you have the Patriots and the Bills and whoever else competing for their divisions. We want those games later in the season. Another example of this is Seattle and the Rams. They both went to the playoffs last year. They're competing for the NFC West. NFC Championship game. They don't play each other until week 16. We want those divisional games with high stakes late in the season. We really put an emphasis on that. So while we make sure there's at least a couple divisional games early in the season, we want to emphasize those late as well.
Can you take us through the primetime selection process?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, our primetime partners are NBC Sunday Night Football, ESPN Monday Night Football, and Amazon Thursday Night Football. So really similarly, we'll try and make sure that all of our playoff teams have a variety of games throughout that. So that's really an emphasis that we put on. So, again, kind of looking forward, try not to look too much back. We know teams had a lot of good seasons last year, but who do we think is going to be good this next season? Those are the teams that we really want to emphasize throughout our primetime schedule. Not to say that every team can get on the primetime schedule. There were 5 teams that didn't make it on this year, but as we talk about, that's always an opportunity for flex. The Patriots were a team last year coming in, had 4 wins, had an awesome season. We moved them into Week 16 Sunday Night Football, so we always have that in our back pocket for teams that kind of come and surprise us that we maybe don't put initially on the primetime schedule, but play their way on.
How did you arrive at the decision that the Patriots and Seahawks would be the matchup for the opener on Wednesday night?
Couple different things, really. One, trying to spotlight 2 of our best teams from last season. Patriots having 13 wins, Seattle having 14 as well. And also a Super Bowl rematch probably never being more interesting than it is in Week 1. Previous season, we had Philly and KC play in Week 2. That game was in Kansas City, so we couldn't have that home NBC game for Philadelphia. But we really tried, at least in recent years, emphasize those games early in the season. So the mix of those 2 teams having a really strong season last year and kind of playing into the Super Bowl as well.
So is there any external factors that go into that? For example, the Patriots are always a polarizing team. People either love them or hate them. They've been in the headlines in the offseason for things that are not football related. Do those things get considered in that it will drive ratings? It will, be a success on that Wednesday night game for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Patriots have been a brand that's resonated for years with how much success that you guys had. So after a couple down years, as they kind of made the return, we really see that kind of audience again building back behind them, that we feel pretty comfortable putting them in a national window and to start the season with Seattle.
I've done Mexico City. I've done London 3 times. We were in Germany 2 years ago. We're going back this year, obviously. What kind of feedback you get from like the Brazil games, the longer flights, and obviously heading to Australia this year from teams, especially like
it depends who you talk to. A lot of some of the front office will love it. The football side, maybe not quite as much, but we really do try. And with these new unique games and longer flights, we want to have really structure the travel around those. So you'll see both the 49ers and the Rams are coming to home games when they return. Baltimore is as well when they come back from Rio. Dallas, unfortunately, is not. They actually had their stadium blocked in Week 4. So before they knew they were going to Rio, they had an event in that stadium. They found out, they said, we can't move it. You're going to try. We tried to keep them to a close road game after that, but that's something we definitely keep into consideration as just another complication as we continue to expand the international games outside of the traditional Europe games that we've played for a handful of years now, stretching into Brazil and Australia.
We're talking to Max St. John from the NFL, who is a big part of creating the schedule that was released last night in the league. How much are the quality of teams factored in for any team's particular schedule? Meaning, you don't want to overload a team with 5 straight playoff teams from a year ago. Does that get factored in where you try and break up some of the bigger, important games and the quality of the opponents?
We try not to too much, knowing that, again, it's not like we're deciding the 17 games that a team plays. Those have been decided years in advance by rotation. So certainly, yes, we want to make sure we have good games balanced throughout the season, but we don't really try and go to a specific team and say, yeah, let's really create this sort of sequence from them with maybe an easier team. We don't think that's fair to do, so we definitely avoid that.
Do you guys drop this thing into like ChatGPT when you're done? Like, that's what everybody wonders. Where does this go? What kind of checks and balances and rechecking goes into that before you
baseballed it out?
And what role? And to be specific about it, what role does AI play in this thing now?
It plays really, I'd say the biggest role is trying to make sure we get our biggest games into our biggest windows, how much audience we can get behind those games. So early in the season, there's a ton of storylines to tell. We really have a large variety of teams spread out those primetime windows throughout the early season. There's kind of an inflection point around the middle where it's less around, the storylines from the offseason kind of die off. And we're talking about the actual regular season, and we have a little bit more emphasis on playoffs and division races and teams competing for the first overall seed in their conference. And that's really what helps us predict teams we think will be good, kind of looking at a lot of betting data and whatnot, win totals, odds to win the division. Like I said, we want our biggest games and biggest windows. And the thing that we want is to have our big division games or conference games later in the season. Yeah, so that's something where it definitely helps.
The Thanksgiving Day trifecta, you've nailed it. Like this is the biggest ever. You guys are going to be pumping this one up for a long time.
Yeah, it's 3 days are insane.
Yeah.
It's like
insanely good.
You can't hang out with family. You can't shop. You can't eat. You can't get anything done. You can't put up the Christmas tree.
You've done it, NFL.
What else would you want to do? Just watch football. Yeah.
Football.
Yeah, we're going to be locked in now.
You mastered the world.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of going in chronological order, this is the first time we're playing on Thanksgiving Eve. So there was a little bit of structural challenges with if we're going to do this, how do we do this? So we have the Rams and Packers playing in week 10. They come back to their bye the next week, and then they come and play on Wednesday, and that will give at least the Packers 11 days off. The Rams actually come back to the following Thursday. But we wanted to make sure we had a big game in that window for the first time ever. So that kind of led us to circling the Rams and the Packers for that. And last year we went big on Thanksgiving too. We had a huge Detroit Green Bay game at 1:00. We had Cowboys and Chiefs. Those were our two highest viewed regular season games ever. We tried to put a good game for the NBC late primetime window. By that point, Joe Burrow had been hurt. The Bengals had a little bit of a tough season at that point, so maybe didn't play out quite as we wanted to. He still came back and they won that game. It was still a competitive game, but we hadn't really gone big on that window before. So something that's kind of unique about that is we know the Lions are playing at 1:00 on every Thanksgiving. They have 8 opponents to choose from. We know the Cowboys are playing at 4:00 on Thanksgiving. They had 8 opponents to choose for. We kind of have carte blanche with that late game to let's really see what happens when we put one of our biggest games in that window. So that led us to playing probably one of our biggest rivalries. I kind of liken it to Brady Manning of 5-10 years ago to that game in that window.
Do teams request when they want their bye? And if they do, what's the most common request? And is that the biggest complaint you guys hear about the schedule? Is a team unhappy with where their bye was placed on the schedule?
Teams typically request mid-season buys. Nobody loves having an early season bye. If I'm not mistaken, I think we have 2 week 5 buys and 2 week 14 buys. So teams really like it in that 8, 9, 10 sweet spot. Gets a little challenging around Thanksgiving as well. We don't have buys that week because we're pulling so many games into all these windows. We need to make ssure we have a handful for Sunday afternoon as well. So kind of shuffling around that. I would say that's the most common. I would say it kind of depends on the team. Some teams will complain about it's really if they get an early season bye. That would probably be the biggest complaint we get. Again, we really try and limit the teams that get those, and we make sure if you got a week 5 bye last year, we're not going to give one to you next year. If you got a 3-game road trip last year, we're not going to give one to you next year. I believe the Patriots had one last year, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something, kind of the 2 big things I would say teams complain about.
So, Max, you are the manager, scheduling, planning, analytics for the NFL. What do you do the rest of the year when you're not making the schedule?
Flex scheduling. So starting with Sunday afternoon, we help decide the distribution of each game. There's going to be 5, 6, 7 games on CBS or Fox at 1:00, helping decide which game goes into which market. So when the Patriots are playing, Patriots are going to be on in Boston. Absolute no question. But say they're playing on Sunday Night Football or they're on bye. Do you bring in a division game? Do you have the Bills air in Boston? So decisions like that, and then multiply that across the 200-something markets across the United States. So
do you draw the maps? Are you the guy? Are you the maps guy?
We are not the map guy. That is ultimately up to our broadcast partners, but we certainly have certain rules around them, and we advise, hey, we think you're making a mistake here. This game should be on in this market for X, Y, and Z reason.
You're a map guy. I'm a good map guy.
Yeah, Zoe can draw you a really great map. I love the maps. We talk about the maps pretty much every Friday during football season.
Oh, yeah.
We do.
It's a really cool process to be a part of, something I didn't really appreciate till I got here. So that takes up a lot of time during the early part of it. Continues throughout the whole season, but it's probably my focus the start of the season. And then flex scheduling kicks in. Sunday Night Football, you can flex as early as week 5. Monday Night Football, we've only used it once. I think starts in week 12, and Thursday night in week 13. So looking out a handful of weeks in advance, if a team is struggling, there was an injury, or more importantly, like the Patriots last year, a team that has played their way into a national window, what opportunities do we have to spotlight them? So that's kind of what we're always looking at. When you have a game that holds up, you can kind of, sitting in week 6, week 8, Sunday Night Football looks pretty good. We don't really need to worry about the flex conversations, but week 9, their quarterback's hurt, that other team's not playing so well. What are our options to flex out of that game?
When you put Denver late here in New England, that's a potential flex game, right? Unless it's protected.
Absolutely. There's a reason that's in the TBD pool.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
we have an AFC Championship rematch at our disposal wherever we want to use it, whether it be in one of those Saturday windows, flex it to Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, or use it on Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, 4:25 is our biggest window. We want to put our best games there. So there's always an opportunity if there's, any of those windows sort of fall apart, that game is sitting there for us to use. So that was definitely intentional on our part.
I thought there was a rule maybe 15 years ago that teams could only have a max of 6 primetime games. You got the Rams, they have 7 already. Is there a hard cap on the number of games a team can play in primetime?
There is. It's a little bit higher than that. And frankly, the Rams are very, very excited about their schedule. They've been one of our best teams over the past few years. And as they're a fun watch, absolutely. And we really want to rely on them in national windows. And they're hearing from their team as their schedule came out. They've been pretty thrilled with those national windows, not only just throughout the season, but playing around the holidays as well. I know you guys maybe aren't quite as big fans about holidays, but they were pretty excited to have a game on Thanksgiving Eve and Christmas.
No, it's just so he doesn't like.
I was rooting for the Rams Patriots Super Bowl. Like I want to see Stafford versus May. Like it's just. It's the ignorance on Seattle. Seattle was not viewed a lot around here because of the time difference and the windows that they did play in this past year.
Absolutely, they were previous year similar. They weren't a playoff team. They were definitely on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, but they were coming off. I think they were 8-9 or 9-8. Yeah. So we didn't lean into them. They were by all means a good football team, but we didn't feel the need to lean into them super hard. Versus this year, where you see them multiple times on Sunday Night Football. A couple games on Monday Night Football. They're playing on Christmas. They're playing Week 15 Saturday. They've played their way into those national windows. So
when will the Jets never play on 1 o'clock again?
When they're on the West Coast.
Unbelievable.
West Coast.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, but still growing up, that's where the majority of our games are played. And as teams improve, they have an opportunity to play themselves into a much larger footprint on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. That's maybe not something that people look at a lot, but when we have big games at 1 o'clock, they can go up to 70, 80% of the country and have a lot of eyeballs in there. Maybe they're not in prime time, but there's always an opportunity for those games to really reach a wide footprint across the United States.
All right. Well, Max, it's great talking to you. Appreciate it,
Max. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Thanks. Max St. John joining us from the NFL, talking about the schedule. We've got more to come on this Finish Strong Friday, so don't go anywhere.
So,
why do you think people listen to
Beetle,
He's got a big...
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
It's a Finish Strong Friday presented by 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, the company independently owned and the company that finishes every job strong. Yeah. 128 has a shout-out. Alec on the plumbing team had outstanding job that he did. 5-star review from Henry and Drake. He called on 128 to update his faucets and said Alec was extremely professional, courteous, and went above and beyond. Great job finishing this Friday strong, Alec. Book with Alec and the rest of the team for your plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and drains at call128.com.
Alex should finish this Friday strong. Go find that X at the end of his name. Just make it a day. Hey, Alex. Yeah. Thank you, Alec. Quick question.
What do you got?
With Milliken, this being his last day, McComb, give me your favorite Milliken story, or moment from the show.
Oh man, this is tough.
I got 2. Nothing to do with baseball.
No, not to do with baseball.
Just to do with the military.
Probably watching him run out and clean up for you whenever you spill something, or when he comes in with the paper towels.
Left, right, the thumping. For me, it was COVID. I shaved his beard. I forget what the hell we made a bet about, but I shaved his beard in our at the old Dorchester building down in the garage, and it was the thickest, nappiest hair to ever cut through. It was like, you ever see those transformations? You get a bum, and they're going to do a makeover, and they get out the scissors, and they're like, "We need to get the shears for this one." Like, yeah, all that. Here, we can follow it. Put it up, please. This is it. I even had to wear a mask for this because you could just feel all the
hair
sweat falling out of his beard. Look at that, man. It's unbelievable. You can hear me grinding away. He's got the whole 98.5 thing wrapped around him. Look at the cars in the back. Boy, I had gray hair then, huh? God, I was old.
Wow, were you thinking about stopping right there and just leaving him with that?
I was thinking about it because then
that actually looks kind of good.
Knock his teeth out. We can move to West Virginia. Look at them sideburns. What do you think about them sideburns? That time, at the time, he had to get me water, and he fed me water in studio.
He just did that like 3 weeks ago, too. We just did it for a second time.
Years ago.
I know that one.
He was so gentle with his hands, and just he's there at your beck and call, man. Look at that beard.
My favorite was going to the Celtics game with Milliken in the playoffs. And it was kind of warm.
He got dressed up, remember?
It was springtime, and he went in his full
Nike Tech.
He was just sweating.
Because it looked good.
Look,
It did. It was
a great fit.
It was a good look.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah. But you had to have been warm that night.
Oh, I was sweating the entire time.
Yeah, you had to be.
Hardy was disgusted by me.
Oh, he didn't even want to look at you.
What did Hardy wear?
Milliken, you've had quite the glow up, though, man. That beard.
We were wearing like shorts and polos.
Huh.
It was June.
It was late in the year.
He was in like thick sweats.
There were a lot of great screenshots from that night.
There he is.
Look at him. Oh, my God. Look at T-Bone.
Hardy's got a polo shirt on.
Yeah.
And maybe a spring jacket.
Hat.
That was the game that Zoe skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I got to go.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Attaboy.
Thank you, Zoe.
Hung out with Bruce Arena.
There you go.
Also, I'm always appreciative that Zoe brought you to that Red Sox game. That was always...
It's coming.
Jordan. One day. Jordan.
I'd take
a little reunion.
I'd have taken my kid.
When Jordan Alvarez winds up here, we're going to realize how big he is.
You see how big these Astros are. Wow. I can order food from here?
Oh, Milliken with the Hooters gals.
To get food?
That
Oh, my
nice.
God. That time the Hooters girls were here, and he was so mad because his girlfriend was at home listening to the show, and he was hugging him. And a picture.
Yeah,
he's
a little too long.
I know. I was going to say, this is a comfy picture here,
I think
Milliken.
they thought something was wrong with me.
Oh, you mean they thought you were like Kevin from The Office?
He has the cloud.
When Holly
Whatever
first
happened to
took
the
over?
cloud sweatshirt?
Doesn't fit anymore. It was a good run.
Oh, man.
I saw it in the closet the other day.
Milliken, give yourself credit, though. This haircut now that you got, you're styling now versus
I think
back
people
then.
forget how bad it really was for a while.
Right.
The first 3-4 years.
You were so happy when those girls came, though. It was like, wow.
Professionals.
Yeah. They could serve wings, boy. Sure can on that platter. Look at him. Ooh, ooh.
There you go.
Kind of look like Hogdale there. Oh, my God.
People have been posting
You
the...
guys are sort of the same.
Are you guys long lost brothers?
He's a lot taller than me.
Oh, yeah.
He's a lot bigger than you.
Tall dude.
Dwarfs me.
Does he really?
You know, I
Dude, did you
didn't
see
know.
that picture from the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I
Like
didn't.
6'5".
I couldn't believe it. I saw him I went to do Barstool, and he was right there in the lobby. He's like, holy crap. I'm like, no, you holy crap. I watch you all the time, man. You can't be doing my games.
In all the
I love
pictures,
it, brother. We got to do one together. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
he towered over me in every picture we took at Fenway.
Oh, my God. It's Pablo Sandoval. Oh, no, that's you. Wait, oh, my God.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
this is
old-time baseball
Buckley's game.
Does he make contact at all?
Bat speed was an issue that day.
Good eye.
Full count.
Good eye. I like that.
He did not but take.
I love how confident you are in taking those pitches.
Yep.
He doesn't swing at all.
He's got a little bit of a. Oh, Milliken, that was a hittable pitch.
Yeah. All right.
Who was this? Who was pitching to you here?
College athlete.
Okay, but he gave you a lot of
Yeah,
hittable
he
did.
stuff.
I was
He
sitting
gave-
fastball.
Oh, that
Good
one-
eye. Good eye.
Good eye. Good eye.
Way to lay off a kid.
I'll say good eye to an adult. I won't say it to a child.
True analytic fashion.
Look at that
too.
bounce.
He's got
Look at that bat
generic
bounce.
stance.
Look at that bat bounce.
Oh, man.
Oh, if-
way behind.
Yeah.
Swing, batter, so.
He's checking with the ump.
Yeah,
Is that
oh,
it?
yeah.
Was that a
Is that a strike?
I like that.
Yes. The ump's like,
I was cold. I was coming off the bench.
Oh, you got to wear that one, Milliken. That would have solved your problems right there.
Imagine if you got a hit that day. Who's catching?
Probably a college athlete as well.
Okay.
Man, oh, man.
I should give you my back scratcher.
No.
No, that's good. D doesn't need that. TJ for Milliken. Go ahead, TJ.
So, Milliken, first of all, it was a pleasure. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Your baseball knowledge is second to none. But can you name the receiver opposite of George Pickens in Dallas?
CD Lamb.
Oh, yeah.
CD's nuts on your chin. Have a good day.
Ah, do some of that. We knew that was
nailed
coming.
it.
He was so.
I knew it.
He
I
was
didn't see how excited I
so-
got. I knew it was coming.
He was so proud
Yep.
to know the answer
Oh, my
right
God.
away.
He was.
And
I need more
TJ
Milliken jokes the rest of the way on
Just
this.
hammered him.
I need more CD's nuts jokes on Milliken the rest of the show. We only got
Oh,
28 minutes.
that was tremendous.
Outstanding. Who was that? What caller was that?
That was TJ.
TJ, nice job.
Ben on the Cape. Hey, Ben.
Bend over. Let's go.
Hey guys, quick thought on the Sox. I think Roman Anthony gets off the IL today. I don't see him coming back, but the whole team is just. They got no hope. It's like the whole starting pitching's on the IL. No one's there. The only injury I'm happy about this year is Tristan Casas. Get him out of here. I'm sick of this guy, his lumbering oaf and his visualization. This guy's so in his head. He's so mental. It's like he's got a creature living inside his brain. He's got a little mind goblin, and I bet he wouldn't mind gobbling these nuts.
2 for 2. 2 for 2. This happens in threes.
Yeah,
Let's go, caller.
I did not think he was going to land that plane.
I mean, let me be honest with you. I cannot believe that happened based on where I pulled them off the board.
The second you heard
where those calls came in.
Second you heard goblin.
Those were back to back, and I'm like,
God, I knew it. Second I heard goblin, I'm like, he's gobbling.
Oh my! Well, let's go to Max in the truck before we hit the headlines. Max.
Hey, Max.
Hey, how's it going, Beetle? McCone. What's up, sir?
What's up, Max?
So before I get to my take, I just want to say congratulations, Milliken. Gonna miss listening to you and all your Red Sox takes. This Red Sox team is probably the worst I've ever seen. It's bad. I don't even know how they fix it. Thanks for taking my call, guys. Happy Friday. Good luck, Milliken.
Okay,
gonna miss you.
A nice heartfelt call there from Max. Thank you, Max. Let's grab headlines. We'll be right back. Today's takeaways, the fake promos in 15 minutes or so.
The goblin.
Zoe and Beetle are back with more on the Sports Hub.
I'm not a big Fenway guy. Not at all. Sorry.
Who isn't a big Fenway guy?
This is blow.
The place certainly has its flaws, right? It's a borderline dump. But, I mean, come on. At least once, twice a year.
It's like going to the Brockton Fair for me. That's what I would compare it to.
See, I would go all the time. Like, I go to the Barnstable County Fair. That's nice down there on 151 in Falmouth.
Doesn't like Fenway.
Huh. A sneaky, weird stat about Tyler.
Big Red Sox guy, not a big Fenway fan.
That's a bit of a revelation.
I like Target Field in Minnesota. That's my kind of ballpark.
You do go to a new field. It's a world of
you been?
difference. It's so much nicer when you go to the newer ballpark. You haven't been? Wait. You haven't been there?
No, but I've seen it on TV. Looks nice.
I thought, what a ridiculous question, T-Bone. Oh, wait, you haven't?
Listen, the seats look nice
How
on
about
TV.
Camden Yards?
No, I've never been to a ballpark outside of Fenway.
All right.
What a hermit dwarf.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
What an invalid.
Have you been there? Well, no. His favorite ballpark. Target Field.
He said he saw it on MLB The Show.
Unbelievable. MLB. I'm sorry I spit the water. I usually don't spit.
Are you a big Fenway guy yet? Have you turned the corner on that? Do you like that ballpark?
It's a beautiful ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm still not a big Fenway guy. I'll own that forever.
You've been to Pittsburgh now, right?
Yeah, that was a beautiful ballpark. I haven't been to Target Field, so I do feel like a fraud calling it my favorite.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, they came out with this Polish ballpark food. It comes. It's a round ball that's fried, but it has all the Polish things. Like if you have cabbage, kielbasa, and pierogies in it, they put it all in one. They deep fry it, and they have this dip you dip it in. They said it's the most unbelievable ballpark food you have. But I watched the TikTok and them walking around PNC Park. It's gorgeous. It really is. It's just a shame they have a bad team. Good pitcher.
You look at last year, and this is the stuff we talked about during the offseason, the repertoire change.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Repertoire?
Oh.
The repertoire. Yeah, of course.
It's my favorite Pokemon.
Repertoire. Dinosaur.
Joe in West Virginia would like to say goodbye to Milliken. Go ahead, Joe.
Jesus, here we go.
Hey, before I get to that, though, Beetle, I just want to touch on Big John Henry. I can see him wanting to get Mike Trout because he can foresee the empty seats coming at Fenway come August or September, and that will probably alleviate that. Anyways, I just want to join in the Tyler Milliken send off. Tyler. Honestly, T-Bone, sent a nice tribute song to you, and I just want to say you've got a friend by James Taylor. Just to add on top of that. And just two things I wanted to say to you, Tyler. First of all, I wish you well, fare thee well. But the two things I wanted to say to you, one, Gel Fest down here in Cumberland, Maryland. It's a 4-day music fest. I go up on a little 4-day toot. But if you like good musicianship. You'll have a great time.
No,
you
it's 1 mile from my house.
trying to get us to go to
no, that's 1 mile
Western
from my house.
PA or West Virginia. We're not doing it.
Oh, he's talking about Cumberland, Rhode Island, isn't he?
No.
Oh.
Kevin in North Smithfield. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Beetle. Over a year ago, I gave you a this or that email. How I hated Milliken's consumption of baseball with the spreadsheets and the stats. Here it is. Would you rather read the tag on the bra or see the tits?
Thank you. I wonder why we didn't use that one.
I mean, this or that is making a return next week.
I'm surprised we didn't.
That'd be a hell of a starter.
Maybe we'll start with that one.
I mean, it depends what kind you're looking at.
Sam in Framingham. What's up, Sam?
What's going on, boys? How we doing? Tyler, hey, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Loved hearing you on your little baseball insight. But real quick for you guys, I got like probably about 10 minutes here for lunch.
What? You got what?
10 minutes for lunch. I just want a quick lunch rack. Like, I know we got, the trifecta, right? You got McDonald's, you got BK, and then what's the one with the girl with the red hair? What the hell is that called again?
Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, when these nuts hit your chin.
Zone knew what he was doing.
100%.
Just wanted to participate.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Ryan in Woonsocket. Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how's it going?
I took a second there. I'm at the drive-thru at Dunkin'. Hey, Milliken, you like Dunkin'?
Love it.
Dunkin' these nuts in your mouth?
This is how it should end. This is the right way.
Paulie in the truck for Milliken.
No
Say
way
your
he's
goodbyes, Paulie.
Milliken, always remember to get extra sauce on your Bertucci's pizza. The sauce makes the pizza. A couple of things before I get back to Milliken. Yeah. I thought you and Brett Bray were going to go at it at the end of the night last night. Oh. I was so disappointed you guys were going to throw down on A.J. Brown. There wasn't a word mention of it. And John Valentin was my favorite player when he played for the Red Sox. Now, you notice you mentioned him. I loved him. He usually started off pretty cold, and then he'd be running white hot by mid-July. But I remember he got on top of 2 fastballs. My father worked for the Sox, and I'm sitting behind the on-deck circle like the 4th row from, Randy Johnson from Seattle on opening day. He got on top of 2 fastballs. First 2 times up, he hit one into the screen and center field. The other one over everything. But Milliken, I understand your ultimate goal is to make so much money on your own that you end up buying out Beasley, and you show up to work the first day for Beasley dressed in a ringmaster's outfit, carrying a big old whip that says T-Bone in it, so you can return the favor of giving him as much tough love as he gave you all these years. Don't forget to kick his ass on the way out the door instead of letting him kick you out the door.
All right, Paulie.
June 8th, Paulie. June 8th. June 8th. See you there. Brook Meadow. You don't have to pay.
John Valentin in his career did have 2 home runs against Randy Johnson.
Hey, Paulie's a sports
He batted .273 against Johnson with an OPS of over 1,000.
Wow.
Not bad in 41 plate appearances.
Oh, you know the heater.
That's a pretty big sample size.
Wall ball doubles from Johnny V. He had 3 doubles against Randy in his career.
Wow. Very on the hood of you. Beatle.
How about that? Greenie's in Milford. Greenie, last call. Let's go.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Greenie.
I just want to tell you, Tyler, wish you the best. True professional. It's going to be a major loss for the show, and whoever they put in there, they're going to have big shoes to fill. George. Wish you the best, buddy. You're a true professional.
Thank you, Greenie. And with that, we'll get to today's takeaways. It is the fake promos, and it's a special edition of fake promos, so stick around.
While you're working, so are they. If you can call sitting around talking about sports work.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
It's time for Fake Promo Friday, brought to you by our friends at John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. Where's the clogged drain emergency at your home or your office? Don't get it faked out by those imitators. Go with the pros. John Sewer, 24/7 service, over 40 vehicles on the road. Over 40 years of service, over 50 vehicles on the road. The name to know when the drains don't flow. John Sewer. We get the job done. Don't. JohnSewer.com.
Paulie's story checked out. The 2-home run game for Valentin was April 11th, 97. Home opener at Fenway.
I think I was there.
Lineup that day, Nomar, Valentin, Vaughn, Stanley the DH, later pinch hit by Jeff Fry. Tim Naring at third, Will Cordero in left, Rudy Pemberton started in right. He was later replaced by Troy O'Leary. Bill Hasselman did the catching. Shane Mack was in center. Later, Reggie Jefferson, the pinch hitter. Darren Bragg took over defensively late. Steve Avery got the start. That didn't work out great for the Red Sox. Other relievers that day, Jim Corsi, Butch Henry, Pat Mahomes, and Heathcliff Slocum, who was famously later traded for Derek Lowe and Jason Varitek. How about that for a day at Fenway? Fake promos today are in honor of Tyler Milliken on his final day with the program.
Or 10 best, by the way.
10, top 10.
Christmas.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
He did do an interview with Ian Brown over the past week where he was all over Cora. I will say that, talking about how special of a communicator. Was that too much?
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Glazing was the word.
Wow. I think it's okay now.
It
People
is.
use
It's more. It's
regularly.
way more acceptable now than it was a number of years ago.
Ahead of the curve.
Yes, you were. Admittedly, you were.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
He'd eat one during every video. I just sat there. I was so jealous. Just one time I want to taste one.
Zolak and Bertrand,
There you go.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
You like that. You like it a lot.
It was some sort of ballpark snack, I believe.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Was it the Dodger dog?
Yes, it was.
That feels right.
Yeah. Delicious.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
T-Bone got a haircut.
Oh, no.
A week ago.
Or this morning.
No, I would
T-Bone
not.
looks like the UMass mascot every day.
Zolak and
Banger.
Bertrand,
Absolute
98.5, the
Hearing
Sports
Milliken laugh loudly at things is going to be missed greatly.
It's very rare someone cooks Tom, so when someone does it, I need to appreciate it.
That's great.
There's another person he hates.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
Look at the beard on him.
Hey.
Are those navy shorts?
Your beard's all unkept.
Is it navy and black that we're
It's
wearing
not
right
navy.
there?
It's aqua, Peach Boy.
That's
Listen,
awful. Black and blue do not go together.
Yes,
I'm
they
sorry.
do.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
Another point for Milliken.
Zolak and Bertrand.
Yeah, you
That
never
was an
clash
uncomfortable
black and blue always clashes. You can't do it.
Always been
Bad.
a fashion guy.
Incredible,
One of my
You
incredible.
can't wear
opening
black
day.
pants with a blue shirt or blue pants with a black. It doesn't
It's
work.
an incredible opening night. Opening night, incredible.
That was the hardest Tom ever went for me. I really do appreciate that moment.
I was in my poll. I felt uncomfortable that day. Because it got weird in here. It got real weird. Real quick.
Peach Boy. What does that even mean?
I don't know. You just,
It was
swinging
quite
in the
fit.
dark.
I looked great that day. I don't care what anyone says.
He almost kicked his ass.
Remember-
People. I remember that.
Remember our boys' Sopranos era?
Middays
Yes.
at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
How could you do this to me? Back to the day. You were best friends with my father. Now you're talking? End scene.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
So it's as good as my, yeah.
I loved Milliken's Sopranos era because he would come in so excited to talk about whatever episode he had just seen, and I was happy to do it.
You guys were right. It is my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever change that.
Yeah.
I watched it again last night. I did. I watched it last
The
night.
whole series?
No, I just watched a couple episodes. I do it every night to go to bed. Go ahead.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
Well, how do you think them female cows get pregnant and have other baby cows?
It's a good take. I just thought the male meat was rough to
We
eat.
don't eat horses.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
You learn a lot here on the show.
You do.
In Kazakhstan, they do eat horses.
I thought it was bull versus cow because they're
That's-
both cows, right?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
How are we supposed to believe you on this?
My sister eats it.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
That's okay. All right.
Love you, Mariah.
Wow. Mariah.
Watch yourself, though.
You on fire.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
I could last a lot longer than he thinks.
You say, okay, and then
She
it's
said.
I said that you would finish me off. That's another one. Faster than Tom.
yes.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5,
Ted,
the Sports
Ted would do
Hub.
that for you if necessary. No doubt.
Always been my guy.
Wow. Milliken is a ball, man.
Kipper.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, buddy.
For everything.
I
I
got
wouldn't be
more.
here without
No,
you.
no, we're not done. We're not done.
Oh.
Knock that off. We're not done. Let's go.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
I can't say I have knowingly. No.
Would you guys eat penguin?
No.
No.
I would be so in on penguin.
Why?
What?
Why are you saying it weird?
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
I hate those penguins at the aquarium.
Penguin. Hey, how about the Gorillas traded?
Yeah, Gorilla Swamp.
Silverback for Silverback. 33-year-old for a 7-year-old.
Soft G and penguin, also a soft G in this word.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
Flamin' Yon.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
One day he went to Ocean Prime in Vegas. Greatest steakhouse ever.
Hey, I went to Smith and Walensky's in Vegas once. I don't think that's a bad thing that you went to a known commodity.
We did it in Atlanta every day.
Yeah.
It was great.
I got no gripes.
But he was just like so giddy, like he found it in Vegas. Like it's in the seat.
Last one, I think this encapsulates him very well.
Middays at 10, Zolak and Bertrand.
It was all over my thighs. Very messy. I was hoping it was going to make me feel better, and then it was all over my mattress.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5,
Soup in bed.
the Sports Hub.
Never eat soup in bed when you're sick. That's how things can go sideways.
Thank you, Mom.
Milliken, thank you for everything you've done for us over the last several years. Thank you on behalf of all the listeners. I know many of them called you themselves. You will be missed, but we know where to find you. All right, Felger and Maz are coming your way next here on the Sports Hub. You doing baseball hour tonight?
I will be here.
He's sticking around. You can catch him on the baseball hour as well. It's an agenda-free Friday on the way right after these headlines. Have a great weekend. Bye.